Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive, and today we're taking a closer look at Indian Borage.
Oh yeah, this one looks interesting.
Yeah, you get that right. It seems like you're thinking about giving this plant a try, am I right?
Yeah, looks like we got some notes and links here.
I hear you. And we're here to help you get to the good stuff without you having to go through every single detail.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so for our main source today, we've got this blog post by, well, he calls himself an old software plumber.
An old software plumber. Okay.
I know, right? But he's got a serious green thumb. Apparently, he's been experimenting with Indian Borage.
And how'd that go?
He seems pretty happy with the results. What strikes me is that, he comes from this software background,
Yeah.
but he's just totally into plants. It's like a reminder that you never know what'll spark your next passion.
I think that's so true. It really is. It's like no matter who you are, there's something about connecting with nature.
For sure. So anyway, this software plumber turned plant enthusiast. He starts by explaining how he got this mature Indian borage plant.
Mature. Okay.
Yeah, and it was the variegatus variety.
Very goddess. So that means like the leaves have those, what are they called? Those patterns, the color?
Exactly. Sometimes they have like splashes of white or cream, mixed in with the green.
Oh, I can picture it.
So he repotted it, put it on his balcony where it gets some shade, and get this, the thing just exploded with growth.
Wow. Really took off, huh?
Seriously. He even included some before and after pictures, and the difference is incredible.
That's a good sign right there, right? Like right away, it seems like Indian borage is pretty easygoing.
Exactly. Super low maintenance, adaptable, perfect if you're just starting out with this plant.
Makes sense.
Oh, and he mentions that Indian borage is part of the Lamiaceae family.
Wait, Lamiaceae? Isn't that
The mint family.
the mint family? Of course, that explains a lot.
Right. I mean, think about it. Basil, rosemary, lavender, they're all part of that family.
So knowing that about Indian borage, it gives us some hints about what to expect, right?
Totally. Like, what kind of hints are you thinking?
Well, for one, it's probably going to be pretty tough, like pest resistant, just like those other mint relatives. Oh, and we can bet it's going to be fragrant. Maybe even like have some uses in the kitchen.
He does mention that it has a strong oregano-like aroma.
Oregano, no kidding.
Yeah, and he doesn't just mention it, he raves about it, so it's got to be pretty potent, right?
Maybe you could use it in cooking. Or aromatherapy, even.
Now, those are some interesting ideas. It's amazing how one little detail, like the smell, can open up all these possibilities.
Totally.
And another thing he points out, that Indian borage is a perennial.
Perennial, so it comes back every year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is awesome news if you're like me and not exactly a natural gardener,
Yeah.
Less work, more beauty. He even mentions that he might try growing it on his front yard balcony.
His front yard balcony.
Yeah, and he describes it as having this, challenging microclimate. I'm picturing something like a wind tunnel,
Oh.
But the fact that he's even thinking about trying it there, after seeing how well it did on his other balcony, says something, right?
For sure. If it can survive a wind tunnel, it can probably handle pretty much anything.
Exactly. Talk about a tough plant.
This is definitely a plant that can roll with the punches.
No doubt about it. Sounds like it can handle anything you throw at it.
Seriously, a real survivor.
Right. So encouraging if you're thinking about trying Indian borage for the first time.
I agree. Perfect for beginners, or even if you've been gardening forever and just want something, low maintenance.
Yeah, totally. But going back to that smell for a second, that oregano aroma,
Oh, yeah.
you mentioned it might have some uses in cooking.
I did.
So is Indian borage something you could actually cook with? Is that a thing?
That's a great question. It makes you wonder, right? I mean, it's not actually oregano,
Right.
but it's in the same family as all these herbs we use all the time.
I know, just imagine that smell in your kitchen.
It's fascinating to think maybe, even though it's not technically oregano, it might have some similar flavors going on. We should look into how Indian borage is used traditionally, like in other parts of the world.
You mean if people use it for cooking or medicine or things like that?
Exactly.
Okay, so before we start making Indian borage pesto or anything, definitely need to do some research.
Good point. Safety first, for sure.
Yeah, always. But hey, even if you can't eat it, that fragrance alone is a big plus, don't you think?
Oh, for sure. It's like having a natural air freshener that also looks beautiful.
Speaking of which, this guy specifically chose the variegatus variety, remember?
Oh, yeah, the one with the interesting leaves, the patterns and stuff.
It's gotta look amazing.
I bet it does. It's really cool how that variegation adds so much just visually to a plant.
So we've got this plant that's potentially fragrant, beautiful leaves, easy to care for, Maybe you can even cook with it.
It's pretty good so far.
Right. But here's a question I've been thinking about. He mostly talks about growing it on his balcony. What about indoors? Can you grow Indian borage inside?
That's a good question. A lot of people are probably wondering the same thing, especially if they don't have a lot of outdoor space.
Exactly.
Well, a sunny windowsill seems like a good place to start, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
But you got to think about humidity, too, and airflow.
Oh, right. Because,
Mint family plants, they can be kind of picky sometimes,
yeah.
and sometimes too much direct sun can actually be bad for them.
Interesting.
Depending on where you live, you might even need a humidifier.
So it's not as simple as just putting it in a sunny spot and letting it grow.
It might be, but you got to make sure the soil drains well and that it dries out a little between waterings. Because, yeah, those mint family plants, they are tough, but they can get root rot if they're too wet.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, good potting mix is really important.
Gotcha. So it sounds like Indian borage could do well inside, but you might have to, pay a little more attention to make sure it's happy.
Yeah, exactly. But even then, it's probably going to be way easier than a lot of other houseplants.
That's good to know.
It's tough, doesn't get pests easily, it's beautiful, and smells amazing.
Sounds like a winner.
Definitely a winner in my book.
All right, so we've talked a lot about Indian borage.
We have.
Easy to take care of, smells fantastic, maybe even some cooking uses.
Yeah, lots of possibilities.
But the big question is, what does all this mean for you?
Well, if you're looking for a plant that's gonna, give you beauty and fragrance, but doesn't need you to be fussing over it all the time,
Yeah,
Indian borage seems like a pretty good bet.
I'm with you on that.
Remember that balcony, the one he called a wind tunnel?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
If it can grow there, it can probably grow just about anywhere, right?
Makes sense. And that oregano smell, it just gets me thinking,
I know what you mean.
Even if you don't end up using it for cooking, just having that herbal aroma around, that's pretty nice, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And don't forget those leaves, the variegated ones.
With all the cool patterns, yeah.
We haven't seen pictures, but just from the name variegatus.
Gotta be striking.
It really must be.
It's like having art in your house, and it smells amazing, too.
Exactly.
Okay, but before you go out and buy an Indian borage, we wanted to leave you with one last thought.
A little something to think about.
We've talked about how it's tough outdoors, right?
Yeah.
But inside, it might need a bit more specific care.
Right.
So it makes you wonder, are there trade-offs? Like if you grow it inside, does it lose some of that toughness?
Interesting question. It might actually prefer a bit of a challenge, like that wind tunnel balcony.
Maybe it thrives on a little bit of adversity.
Something to consider as you learn more about this plant.
That's a really good point. Sometimes the best discoveries come from asking those, unexpected questions.
I think that's a great way to put it.
All right, well, on that note, we'll let you continue your own deep dive into the world of Indian borage.
Yeah, happy gardening, everyone.
Happy growing.